What is it called pack today? We're going to be talking about another Fortnite theory that I think will change Fortnite forever. Now, here's the problem is that yes, I think this should change Fortnite lore, but it most likely won't. So there's a couple of things to check out. Well, really only two things, but they both have something to do with the visitor. Now, just gotta wait till we get into the match. We'll also obviously play a match. I don't know. I don't know if we will. It'll probably just be a massive yap session with gameplay behind. So, just a warning, if you just want pure Minecraft or pure Fortnite, then this is not the video for you. Also, I have my own, I have a new main skin for the YouTube channel. So, we're actually going to go into Wailing Woods. You've probably seen this before. But I believe it's in Wailing Woods, because that was the first ever bunker. And Epic obviously knows any lore seekers will go to this area. So this is for the people who haven't heard about what's been going on with Wailing Woods. I know my skin's a hard look at, but there's no purple version of Cerberus. He's my favorite wolf skin because he's the closest to what the channel represents. The channel is meant to represent a mad dog. Like, oh, it's basically a wolf. It's a wolf. It's just an angry wolf, and that's what Cerberus is, basically. That my YouTube mascot is meant to be a wolf with wings. So, yeah. Just thought I'd mention that for anybody wondering why I have wings. Oh, that's different. We'll go check that out too. That's different. Anyway, I think it's here, around here, where the bunker is. Yeah, right here. So as you can see, and they stopped talking. So if you don't know, this is like one of the first Fortnite secrets that nobody could figure out, is the bunker. Why is the bunker here? Well, now ever since chapter 2, we found out that this is actually the Seven's bunker. I think it's Io's bunker. But it being an IO base doesn't make much sense, considering that this is clearly the visitor talking. And it actually is Morse code, and it says something's not right, or something along those lines. So, from what we know, with the OG lore at least, is that the visitor is the same visitor as the one before. And he's been stuck in the loop, and the loop being the chapter 1 map, and he's lived through this. Just gonna check around here. So yeah, he's lived through this before, and he realizes this, and he's like, what's going on? This isn't meant to happen. I'm supposed to be with my group. And he's just super confused, as anybody else would be. So, yeah, interestingly enough, Do these rocks have the eyes on them? No. This one does, though. I think this one has the eye on it. Yup, this one has the eye on it. Ironically enough, around this area is where the meteor shot down. Anyway, back to the main topic at hand. So, I feel like the rocket event is going to be different. And the meaning behind it is going to be different. Now you may be asking, well, it's supposed to be an OG season, they shouldn't change up the lore. I think that the map changes are going to be the same, unfortunately. I was really hoping, also this is also a talking point. Why are these here? Why are consumables here? These consumables were not added until Chapter 2. I don't know if this is just Fortnite trying to be like, hey, you know, we're going back onto everything and being like, oh, we can add this and that. We could add this and that to the OG map to make it more playable. Nobody ever used the consumables, let's be honest. Nobody ever used the fruits and vegetables. So it's very weird. I feel like that is a lore drop. Another thing is these shield mushrooms. From what I remember, these were not in the original Chapter 1. I could be wrong though. But I definitely know that the apples were not. Now you may be asking, why am I just roaming around here? Well, here's the thing. And this is something that I don't see anybody else talking about. And I feel like that this is a bigger deal than a lot of people think. Yes, this is a mobility thing. I recognize that. However, Fortnite doesn't just add stuff to add stuff. There has to be meaning behind the additions. So I have a hard time believing. Where is one of them? Oh, there's one over here. But yeah, so the visitor is stuck in a loop. He's been through this before, and I feel like he's going to try to change the outcome. And maybe the outcome will be different, which I'd actually kind of like to see. I'd like to see a different outcome to the storyline. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The rifts. Now, you're probably like, okay, yeah, there's rifts on the map. We've known this since Chapter 1, or since Chapter 3, no, I mean Chapter 6, Season 1, since OG was added. Well, here's the thing. These were not on the original map. Right? These were not on the original map. They were only added after, I believe, Season 5. Either Season 5 or Season 4. After. Can people stop trying to interrupt my video? This is annoying. Are you serious? 2 individual people are somehow around this area as I'm recording a video. Bro, are you serious right now? They just ruined my video. Great, we love that. That's fine, whatever. But as I was saying, I feel that there's a lot more to the rifts being there. The only thing is that the visitor found out about rifts before everyone else. So rifts being on the map prior to the visitor doesn't necessarily matter. However, I feel like somebody can try to foil his plan. Maybe the IO get their hands on the rifts before the visitor shows up. I don't know. I just feel like people are not taking everything into consideration. The fact that there are rifts, because rifts are a massive part of the Fortnite lore. Without the Fortnite lore, there wouldn't be rifts. So why are the rifts on the map early? Obviously for mobility, but there has to be a good explanation. Otherwise, people will feel disconnected from everything. So I cannot imagine Fortnite doing that. I can't imagine Fortnite just all of a sudden adding stuff because for shits and giggles. There has to be a reason behind it. I do not see them just adding rifts for the sake of mobility. Then again, I could be wrong, but I just feel like there's more to the rifts being here than meets the eye. Maybe the heroes are going to try to take out the visitor first. Who knows? But anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys somewhat liked the breakdown, even though it wasn't really my best theory, but I thought I would just give my 2 cents on the idea that maybe the storyline will be different for OG. Maybe we'll actually get a continuation of Chapter 1. Because, like, I think it was confirmed that we're not going to be getting Chapter 2 in OG. So, where can you go? I know Fortnite's not going to just end it at Season X. They can't do that. So I'm wondering if they're going to continue the storyline. I wonder if they're going to continue the storyline on the Chapter 1 map. Who knows? But anyway, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications.